If you're thinking about getting backyard chickens, this video is going to save you time, money, and a lot of stress. We've been raising chickens here on our homestead for years through predators, disease scares, broody hens, egg surpluses, and even winter storms. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy in zone 10A. Guys, you're going to want to stick around. I'm serious. We know a thing or two about a thing or two on backyard chickens. This is for you if you want to know anything there is to know about chickens. From buying your first chick to collecting your first egg, start to finish. Look at the sleepy baby goat over here. She's so cute. A lot of these baby goats already have homes, the new kids we got. So anyway, why chickens, right? Well, you can see we got some free range. We were free range all of them. We have succession chickens. We start, we hatch, incubate our own. And we have the old ladies that are more or less just pest control, okay? Egg prices go up and down, but chickens, you know, they give you control. Fresh eggs daily, healthier yolks. There's no mystery feed, you know, no factory conditions. It's not just eggs, though. That's what's beautiful about all this, okay? Chickens are absolutely going to be helping you reduce that kitchen waste. Like I said about the older ones, but even all of them are going to help control your pests naturally. They're going to fertilize your soil. I actually have a handful of them on the front of the property digging around in our compost right now, which is fantastic. I'm super excited to get our gardening started. Chickens will improve your garden. They'll teach responsibility to any kids that you have or anybody you have on your property that lives with you, or your friends that want to get interested in, you know, being just a little bit more self-sufficient. The responsibility to your kids is just key. I love it. Again, we're a family of 6 here, so it's what we do. You know, I don't want to say pass the buck, but, you know, pick up a feed bucket, you know, learn the routines, learn who gets half a scoop of this, half a scoop of that, what mixture, how to mix, you know, do things correctly. Why ducks, you know, can't live off of just chicken feed. Okay. Things matter. It helps chickens build those self-sufficiency skills. And honestly, chickens are entertaining. You know, you guys are probably familiar with people watching. Do you ever just go outside and watch your homestead? I mean, it is so fantastic for the mental health. I love it. Backyard chickens absolutely have a personality. It's fun. It's really cool. So what does it really cost to get into backyard chickens? Okay. Well, chicks nowadays in 2026, $3 to $8 each, depending. Your coop, if you're gonna DIY, do it yourself, could be $300 to $1,500. You know, prefabricated. I personally would not go down to your local big box store. I'm not going to drop names and buy those. You know, the pre-made ones. They're just crazy overpriced. You can use leftover wood, lumber, your friend's lumber, any parts. Just put it together. I mean, seriously, your coops don't have to be rocket science. Your feed. It depends on the feed you're getting, you know, $20 to $30 per 40-pound bag. Again, the kitchen scraps and stuff help with that. Your bedding, $10 to $20 a month for your coops. If you're free ranging, even less. Electric fencing is totally optional. You don't need that. Instead of doing that, which could run $150 to $400, it's a lot. What I do to keep them in certain areas is feed in specific areas. Honestly, that works. Just drop the feed where you want them to hang out most of the day. And that's where they're going to forage. And you know what I mean? So most beginners underestimate the predator protection. That's where people lose birds. So again, with the electric fencing and things like that, I would, keep out a guardian dog. And by guardian dog, I mean any kind of dog that's going to roam around in your backyard and not go after your animals, of course. Your coop must lock securely, obviously. Needs that hardware cloth, not chicken wire. I know that sounds funny, chickens and no chicken wire, but seriously, don't do that. You want it to be elevated or reinforced. Make sure they have those roost posts close. You want to make sure it closes tight at dusk, okay? Very, very, very important. Predators are not ifs. It's only a matter of when, I promise you. It's clear as day, right? Out of nowhere, I was actually filming a video out here one time, and a juvenile bald eagle came out of nowhere and picked up one of our chickens right in the middle of the yard. It was unbelievable, but it happens just out of the blue. So make sure you guys are watching for predators, okay? Choosing your breeds. Your great starter breeds are going to be your Rhode Island Reds, your Buff Orpingtons, your Plymouth Rocks, Australorps, and your Easter Eggers. You guys might be familiar with all of those. If you're not, that's okay. Things you want to consider is your heat tolerances, especially in zone 10A, I'm telling you right now. Your cold tolerances if you're up north. And even here, it does get below freezing. It does. Your egg colors, if you really care about that. I don't know if you know that, but it doesn't really matter. But hey, everybody loves pretty eggs, right? Your temperaments, your broodiness levels, things of that nature. Don't just pick what looks cute. Pick for your climate, okay? Because it does matter. Baby chick setup. Well, you're going to need a brooder. We actually have those going on right now. Large tote for a basic brooder setup. You can use a large tote or a stock tank. Heat plate is safer than a heat lamp. You're going to want pine shavings, chick starter feed, and a shallow waterer. That first week, the temperature of that brooder, you want to be 95 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? And then every week following that, reduce it by 5 degrees every week, okay? Watch their behavior in that brooder. If they're huddled, they're too cold. If they're far away from the heat, they're too hot. It does matter. Guys, try to clean that water daily, okay? And keep the bedding dry. That's a must. You don't want them to get sick, okay? When they go outside, finally, I would say about 6 to 8 weeks, fully feathered, they can move outside. You'll transition to grower feed, your coop basics. I'd say 4 square feet per bird inside personally, 10 square feet per bird in the run. Roost bars higher than your nesting boxes. Also, make sure your roosting bars are not just bars. You want to make sure that they can position their feet in a way that they are flat so they don't curl, and if they get into a freeze, they don't get like frostbite, because that can happen, okay? Ventilation is critical in your coops. Moisture kills faster than the cold itself. It really does. We have various coop setups all over the property here. This is just an example of where typically our younger ones are. It's open right now. Of course, these are not the younger ones, but it's kind of fun. Layer feed for adults once they start laying. They also need, it's up to you. I would say oyster shell for calcium if you're not doing kitchen scraps. Grit, if they're not free ranging, okay, ours do. You want to give them that fresh water daily. They can eat vegetable scraps, fruit scraps, cooked rice, cooked meat. They can eat eggs. But I do say, look, man, if you're giving them kitchen scraps, don't give them moldy stuff. Don't give them raw beans or spoiled food. Avoid avocado pits and skin. Really, just don't give them the avocado. It's just easier that way. Chickens are compost machines, but don't treat them like garbage disposals. I know that sounds a little crazy, but really don't. It's not worth that. Big mistakes that are common among beginners is underestimating those predators. Again, like I said, buying too small of a coop, not having a plan for vacations. It's bigger than you think. If you're ever going to go out of town, you need a plan, guys. Letting them free range too early, if they're too small, they'll get scooped up by something very quickly. Not preparing the eggs when they're in a slowdown season like winter. Although ours have been pretty good this season, you know. I will say your first eggs are going to feel like winning the lottery. It's such a cool experience. And your egg production usually starts around 18 to 24 weeks, okay? I will give you a reality check. Chickens are not zero maintenance. You will have to clean these coops. You will have to refill those waters. You will have to deal with poop. Hey, let it cool down. It's great for compost, for your gardening. You're gonna lose birds. It's par for the course if you're homesteading, okay? The trade-off is gonna be those fresh eggs, that healthier soil, those lower grocery bills, and a stronger homestead system. If you're serious about backyard chickens, guys, this is one of the best first steps you can take towards self-sufficiency. It really is. A lot of people swear by other things like rabbits. I think chickens, personally, I'm going with chickens, okay? We share our real experiences here on Diamond Trail Ranch. We have rabbits too. We share the wins and the mistakes, we share it all. If this helped you, subscribe, check out our video on what chickens cannot eat. That one's really going to prevent some serious problems. Thanks, guys.